Today we will create 5 games using the most popular Golang libs and frameworks to find out which one is the best. Let me introduce to Ebiten. It's powerful and easy to use 2D game library for Go. Since it's built entirely in Go, it works seamlessly with Go projects and makes the most of Go features like concurrency. You can use it on Windows, macOS, Linux, and even in browser with WebAssembly. There is also experimental support of mobile. Ebiten is a great choice for anyone making 2D games in Go. We'll try to create our game using Ebiten right after exploring the next libraries. Pixel is a simple and flexible 2D game library for Go. Written in Go, it works perfectly with Go projects and designed specifically for 2D games. Pixel makes it easy to handle sprites, animation and camera systems, making it a great option for small to medium-sized games. Its clean and beginner-friendly API along with good documentation and examples helps developers get started quickly. The library supports sprite rendering, transformations, shaders, and basic collision detection. Optimized with OpenGL, Pixel runs smoothly on desktop platforms like Windows, macOS, and Linux, though it doesn't support web or mobile. It's open source under the MIT license and has an active community. Pixel is an excellent choice for Go developers starting their 2D game development journey. Will Pixel beat Ebiten? We will find out at the end. Raylib-Go is a Go binding for the popular Raylib library. It's great for creating 2D and 3D games. Its intuitive API, clear documentation and helpful examples make it easy to learn and use whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer. Raylib-Go supports features like sprite rendering, animation, audio playback, input handling, physics, and custom shaders. It combines C's speed and Go's simplicity, ensuring excellent performance for all types of games. You can run your games on Windows, macOS, Linux, Android, iOS, and even in browsers with WebAssembly. Backed by a global community, Raylib-Go is free and open source under the license. Looks great, but how easy would it be to implement a real game on it? GoGL is a powerful OpenGL binding for Go, perfect for developers who want full control over the 2D and 3D game development. With GoGL, you can directly access OpenGL's rendering capabilities to create custom pipelines, shaders, lighting, and textures. However, it's a low-level library that requires a good understanding of OpenGL, making it more suitable for advanced users. While GoGL offers great performance and flexibility, it doesn't include built-in tools for physics or input handling, so you'll need to use additional libraries for those. It supports Windows, macOS, and Linux, but doesn't natively support mobile or web platforms. GoGL is open source under the BSD license, making it a strong choice for developers who prioritize performance and control. And finally, the last one on today's list. Godot-Go is a Go integration with the popular Godot game engine, allowing you to use Go alongside Godot's powerful tools for 2D and 3D game development. With Godot-Go, you get access to features like scene management, animation, physics, input handling, and more. While Godot's built-in languages like GDScript are easier to use, Godot-Go lets Go developers script their games in a familiar language. However, setting up Godot-Go with GDScript requires extra effort, and its documentation and community support are limited compared to Godot itself. Games built with Godot-Go can run on desktop, mobile, and web platforms, inheriting Godot's cross-platform capabilities. Although still experimental, Godot-Go offers a unique way to combine Go's power with Godot's rich features. Now let's find out how hard it is to implement the game on each of these frameworks for someone who is not a game developer. For me, I'll show you which platform I gave up on after 9 hours of attempts. And finally, the game. It's a snake, where I'm eating the bun. For Ebiten, Pixel, and Raylib, it was easy to implement and almost the same. Thanks for their great documentation and simple APIs, it took me 40 minutes to implement my snake game. I even added custom font support, which worked really well. Next was GoGL. Since it's an OpenGL binding, it has a low-level syntax. It took me 4 hours to build the snake game using a spike-generated image instead of text in the background. And finally, the last one. The challenging Godot-Go binding. I spent so much time trying to install, understand and implement my snake game with it. There is no proper documentation, and I didn't have the time or motivation to rely on the community for help. Even in the project description, they mentioned potentially memory leaks pointing on experimental version. After 8 hours of trying, I only managed to run basic examples games instead of my Snake game. So I decided to stop and create my game using Godot natively. It took me just an additional hour, and using GDScript was very simple. Godot has excellent documentation and a supportive community. If you remove Go from Godot-Go, it's actually a solid choice for game development. And now the results of our competition. Let's see which platform stands out as the best for Golang game development. To decide, I've broken it into the following criteria: easy to use, documentation, beginner's friendliness, time to implement a game, 2D capabilities, 3D capabilities, performance, platform support, community support, advanced features. When it came to creating my game, Ebiten, Pixel and Raylib-Go were the clear winners for easy to use. All three had excellent documentation and simple APIs, allowing me to implement my Snake game in just 40 minutes. They are beginner-friendly and deliver efficient performance, making them great choice for 2D game development. GoGL was a different story. Its low-level syntax and complexity made it much harder to work with. It took me around 4 hours to implement the same game. While GoGL offers high flexibility and great performance, it's more suitable for experienced developers who need fine-grained control. And then there was Godot-Go. I spent over 8 hours trying to install, understand and use it to create my game, and only to give up. The lack of documentation and the experimental nature of the library made it incredibly challenging. In the end, I decided to use Godot natively instead, which took just 1 hour thanks to its excellent documentation. Godot-Go may inherit Godot's advanced features and cross-platform support, but it's not yet ready for prime time. After testing these frameworks, the overall winner is Raylib-Go, offering the best balance of ease of use, performance and features. Godot-Go, although promising, is still experimental and challenging to use effectively. If you are looking for a framework to start your Golang game development journey, Raylib-Go is a fantastic choice. Share your experience in game development on Go. Subscribe if you're in tech.